So cutting back to Kiwi real quick. Actually, we'll handle this and then we'll cut back to Kiwi. All right. So you guys head up to the church. Do you like bother disguising yourself or anything, or are you just three random schmoes wandering into the church?
Yeah. Except he's a child. Yeah.
A child.
Well, howdy, y'all. Don't see many of your folks round these parts.
Yeah, most of my folks live somewhere else.
We're here to worship the mighty Elvis. Yes.
We've seen the sins of the outside world.
Go ahead and give me a bluff check.
14. Why are we so bad?
Boss, go ahead and roll as well.
Bad spot.
I didn't say anything that wasn't true.
Oh, but no.
There we go. We're good.
Help these two.
Yay!
13.
To be fair, we did cause
3,
most of the
6,
sins of
16.
the outside world.
What?
16.
He kind of gives you all the once-over. Well, all are welcome under the great pompadour in the sky. Y'all are come on in. Here's a program for you.
No, thank you.
Okay. So I want to scan quickly to see if there's any like doors, hallways, just anything within sight that spatially does not match up.
I'm gonna look for punch.
Like essentially secret passages, anything like that. So that's 18.
Okay.
Is there punch?
You find a sacramental line.
High or low, John?
We'll go with high.
It won't be sacramental when he's done with it.
Yeah.
I walk up to it and I pour my vial of holy water into it. And then leave.
Give me a stealth check for that one.
Plus your imaginary.
I mean, my imaginary for Dex is awful. So, 13.
Yeah, no one notices you do this. Like, most of them are busy, like, bowing their heads, studying the program, whatever.
Excellent.
But, okay, so to answer your question, there's nothing that really looks out of place, like, compared to what you saw on the outside. There are a few doors kind of branching off from the sanctuary. Basically, the setup is...
Careful there, Woke.
Yeah. Like, not exactly like this, but you get the idea of where it's like there are two wings coming off, and then the main sanctuary is in here.
Where are we coming in?
The main sanctuary. Right there.
There.
Okay.
So there are doors here leading into the sanctuary, and then hallways going off this way and that way. And it looks like they kind of swing around.
Is there a holy water fountain or a toilet of any type? Or what do you call that? A baptismal toilet?
It's in the sanctuary.
Baptismal font.
So, yeah.
Well, no, this is a Presbyterian church, so it's the toilet.
Elvis died on the toilet.
So I see no sign of Kiwi being here.
No.
So I want to explore down that hallway.
It looks like this is mostly like administrative offices and whatnot. A couple of small rooms for like Elvis study groups and all that.
I want to create a ring of text that says Kiwi yell real loud, Kiwi yell real loud, Kiwi yell real loud. It'd be about
get elbowed in the eye.
It'd be about like letters about this big. I want to create it at my feet, stomp, and have it just expand outward as far as it can go.
Okay.
Not that the text gets bigger, but that it like...
Yeah, the radius. Okay.
Yeah. How far will it go?
Probably only as far as you can see.
Consumptive
Really?
illusion.
Well, yeah, you can't cast spells where you can't see.
Well, okay, then I need...
That's one of the restrictions
Was
of
there-
magic in our system.
Okay, was there a steeple on this building?
Yeah, outside. You
Okay.
saw the toilet as you were
Yeah,
walking up.
toilet on it.
So yeah, I want to try and go outside and climb up to the steeple then first.
You can just climb.
Yeah, you can just climb up, you're an imp.
Okay.
Do you want to try and be stealthy about it?
No, because if they start, causing problems, we have a claymore bag of grenades. I'm not really worried about it. Okay, you know what? I'll be stealthy anyway, just because it's cool. I'm cool. 9 plus 8, so 17.
Cool.
Yeah, no one notices you.
Also, have you guys noticed you all have ones?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm now on the steeple outside the church.
Okay.
And we'll just represent that with a little bit of that right there.
There you go.
Which is now no longer
Give me a
in
knowledge
camera.
magic check, then, boss.
Knowledge magic check.
Okay, Agra, what are you doing in the meantime?
20.
Okay, so Kiwi, cutting back to you, Sandia just finished explaining how, you really need to rescue her friend because they're going to burn her at the stake.
So we're doing the right thing.
I love T-Bone.
But just as she finishes explaining all this to you, a line of text passes over both of you that says Kiwi yell real loud. Give me a will save. Good enough. You are suddenly broken free of Cyndia's mind control.
Were you mind controlling me, Cyndia?
Only a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Why is this really crappy illusion here?
Hey, he rolled
Oh,
that one.
burn, Joe, burn. She
Oh.
called you out.
I can't
Because he's a bassist, therefore terrible at everything.
I guess. Does that mean that the rest of the band's here? Because that's the only people I can think of that would do something like this.
What am I, psychic? I don't know if they're here.
You're their manager.
Yes, I am.
Art just likes,
You have a sneaking suspicion.
Why are you
that-
rolling?
Art just likes rolling
Actually,
for
with that
once.
manager check, you would recognize Kiwi's hand, or not Kiwi, Boss's handwriting.
All right, yay.
Yeah.
Ah!
Okay,
Perception roll. Wow. Perception roll.
with his musical ability, that might mean that he hit a note that shatters some windows. But dang it. Okay, my perception is 18.
High or low? Let's go with Art this time.
I always go low.
You yell, and the front in Boss, you notice the front window on the bus shatter. Also, you hear Kiwi.
Again?
That's like third time.
So,
I'll add that to my to-do list.
yeah, I was gonna say we can just glue those shards
meanwhile,
of glass
Agro, are
to
you
the
doing
barbed
anything
wire.
inside?
I go around the other way. Boss didn't go.
Okay. And you head up the hall?
Yeah.
Alright, this side appears to be like where the nursery and more of the classrooms are.
As long as they don't put
Give me an awareness roll.
Nope.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Okay, then you bump into two very large orcs. Where do you think you're going, son?
I'm here to fix the electrical. I mean, for God's sakes, like, if you want me to do something, stop pestering me about it. Just let me do my job. For God's sakes, I can just leave. Do you want me to leave? I'm just...
Give me a
You know,
Give me a bluff at +2 because Aggro probably just channels his frustrations.
That was a 3.
Sadly,
So it's your
10.
bluff.
Sadly, it turns out that they don't need an electrician right now.
There's no electricity.
So
in
what's your
this
total on that?
10.
Well, gosh, I didn't know there was anything wrong with the electric, but I guess it's necessary for the ceremony tonight for it to be in working order. Go on through, son. Yeah, they rolled that bad.
They're dumb.
This is the best village ever.
They didn't
Okay.
notice me pouring holy water into their holy water.
That, they didn't notice the bus pull up.
Yeah.
They've been rolling very poorly on awareness. This is the story
Next
of the
thing
night.
that's gonna happen is I'm gonna dig a hole under a row of pews, and people are gonna be like, "I like the view from down here better."
Yeah. All right. So it forces us to look up at the holy throne of Elvis.
Yay!
I'm going to penalize my own initiative on that one. For that one.
Okay, so
All right. So you go through the doors. At this point, you notice that there's actually a courtyard out behind the chapel, and you see several guys basically erecting a bonfire. And you see what looks like a shed over here with like bars on the windows.
do you want to put dice to indicate the people? It'll pop better. You said that they were building the bonfire here,
Yeah.
and so I'm gonna assume he's here now.
Yeah. They don't seem to be paying any mind to you.
You guys got one of them fuse boxery thingies?
One of them looks over at you. Why you asking?
Fixing the electrical?
Didn't know we were gonna need it, but, well, I guess maintenance is, what we need. He kind of points kind of down between the, chapel and, this row over here. Fuse box should be on that side of the main building.
Alright.
Can I see the courtyard from the steeple?
Yeah, actually, you probably would overhear this conversation at this point. Now that you know now that you've heard of Kiwi, because this is about the same time you're sending out the message. Like you just got up there, so you overhear them talking below, and you hear Kiwi yell, hit a perfect metal yell, and shatter the front windshield of your bus.
Real quick, I'm gonna awareness past the shed as I go.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a 10.
Okay.
Oh.
And doing
Yeah,
things.
it looks like there's a light on in there, and you think you see somebody in there, but you're not sure.
Okay.
But, anyway...
I go and sit on the front row of the pews.
Okay.
And just sit.
Give me an adorableness check.
Yeah.
You are freaking adorable sitting there. So, Kiwi, we cut back to you.
Yay! I'm important again.
Yeah, so you just yelled out for boss, and like if you head up to the street, you can pretty easily see him. Well, actually, give me an awareness if you go out to the street.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
you
mean I'm
definitely
hiding when I'm up there.
you definitely notice boss is up on the roof now, and that's probably where it came from. You don't see anyone. You don't see any of the other band members.
Okay.
Things don't fall off.
I guess I start walking.
All right,
Boots are made for walking.
all right, boss. You now see Kiwi and Sandia walking up the street.
We know where Kiwi is. We've affixed barbed wire to our bus.
We have a broken window.
I think we're pretty much ready to leave.
Okay.
So,
Aggro. What are you doing in the meantime? Sorry, Joe. Finish.
Oh, I was gonna say, so I was gonna kind of slide down the steeple, you know, and then down to the roof. So I'm on the roof, like, looking down at him.
Yeah, all right.
And I'm like, hey, what's going on? I found Kiwi.
Okay, sweet. We're about 2 minutes from blackout.
Yes, we are about 2 minutes from blackout.
High or
I was
low?
gonna say, it's
High.
like, what time? It's at least 8 o'clock at night now.
Yeah.
Because we're after the poker tournament.
And we start recording at 7:30.
Give me a reflex save, Aggro.
Oh boy.
Yay! You manage to dive out of the way of the sparks as they stream out and set the grass on fire.
Oh, dag nabbit, not again.
Lanka, the lights go out inside the chapel.
Excellent.
Alien chains.
I'm afraid of the dark!
People are kind of concerned.
Are there any candles in the chapel anywhere?
Do I notice all the
no.
lights going out?
Only on the church. The rest of the town is fine.
Okay, I go to the rest of the town.
Okay, do you go anywhere in particular, or are you just going to kick in the door of a random building?
You can go hang out on the bus.
That sounds boring. That sounds like something that a boring person would do. What do I see in the town?
inside of your eye, Vince.
I mean, it's your standard town. There's about, 4 or 5 like liquor stores, a couple of hardware stores, a number of like diners and whatnot. No sign of any schools.
Oh, that's good.
Sandia actually nudges you.
Thanks to Megan's Law.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Kiwi, maybe we should like go save my friend now. While it looks like they're distracted.
Okay. Well, then I go
Excellent.
somewhere.
I cast light and I use the personal illumination version of it so my eyes start glowing.
That is
Okay.
awesome!
Yeah.
I like this game!
Yeah. High or low, John?
We'll go with low.
It's like I have flashlights in my head.
I'm kind of trying to terrify everybody in the church.
Oh, sweet Elvis! That child's possessed!
Excellent.
Yep, this could only work well.
How good is this roof?
Pretty standard, wood, tar tiles.
Okay, I'm an imp, so I'm super perceptive in general. If
Yeah.
this is like a single layer, I could probably hear them through my feet practically.
Give me a perception roll.
Like 9.
No, you can't. You're
Yeah.
Aggro's too busy cussing down below, and the 2 guys starting the fire. What's going on over there? Like, we ain't supposed to start any fires yet. They kind of run over.
It's like a 1 in 6. Oh god! Oh damn it! My pants! My pants!
Okay, well they're over there. Can I kind of run to
The shed.
well, I was gonna say, like, how far is it from the main roof to the top of the shed?
It's about a 15-foot drop.
You
So
can do that.
give me an
Okay.
agility check. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You land perfectly fine.
So, I want to see if I smell or detect any sort of kerosene, gasoline, anything that they would use to start that fire.
Okay. It smells like it is coming from inside the shed. You also think you hear someone saying something like, "Hello? Hello? Is anyone out there?" Meanwhile, Kiwi, you and Sandia have circled around the church. You can see some sort of illumination coming from there, and she's just like, "Oh no, I think that they couldn't have started already. Kiwi, we have to hurry."
Okay, so we hurry.
Yeah, alright, so you rush around and give me an awareness roll.
11.
Okay, so you see the two orcs over here doing something with a fire. You see this over here. You probably don't notice Boss up on the roof because it's a bit dark, and you don't really notice anything else.
Do I have to jump over anything in the courtyard, or do I walk on in?
You can walk on in.
Is it the courtyard or the backyard? Like, is there actual building around the backyard?
No, it's a backyard basically.
Okay, so
They're really
I
bad
guess
at this.
I walk on in.
Okay,
Okay.
so
And
yeah,
bring a girl with me.
yeah, Boss, you notice Kiwi come in.
I'll take this one.
Hey, Kiwi! I think there's somebody in here that I want to introduce myself to, because that's always fun. And I've got Masterwork Thieves tools that I purchased in my last, using all my CD money. Yeah. So I'm going to hop down here and try to open this, however.
So that's a mechanics roll plus 2 because your tools are master.
17.
17? The lock almost gives, but not quite. It's kind of a crappy lock, but you'll have to try again.
Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you get it that time. You look inside and you see actually a female imp.
Hi, Boss Mababa. Good to meet you.
I turn into him and say, he's not the real Boss Mababa, I am. Also,
Bluff check.
Okay, so hold on. I want to try and steal the old man's ID that Kiwi is carrying.
No, he gave that to Aggro.
Dang, no, he gave the badge to Aggro. He switched wallets.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna try and take the wallet off him to prove that he's an old man pretending to be Boss Mababa.
That's gonna be stealth, I believe.
Okay, that is 14.
Or agility, one of the
Priorities.
14.
Basically, as you walk up, Boss is able to pick it out of your pocket.
This old man, he played fun in you. He's an imposter.
oh yeah, if I were an imposter, would I be able to do this? I play the bass as terribly as I can.
You play it very terribly.
You play the bass as a guitar.
Okay,
yeah, you play the bass so terribly that you actually rock supremely hard.
I want to use my armor spikes to slice the strings on his bass.
You succeed.
12.
that's going to be an opposed attack roll.
That's like 16.
You succeed.
16
against a 6. Yeah.
Okay, the strings are made out of me. Make more strings.
Meanwhile, in the chapel, I cast fog.
Okay. How close?
Oh my lord!
Okay.
The dread thread of rap has come upon us.
I'm just having fun at this point.
Alright. Awareness, can I see?
Yeah, you can hear some sort of hard rocking around the corner. The two orcs kind of look up. I think that's music, Steve. I think you're right, Gary. We gotta do something about this.
Surprise!
20!
No, you don't have to roll to confirm on nat 20s for attacks. I'm assuming you're just tearing into one of them with your chainsaw.
Oh, the chainsaw heals, please don't.
No, not that one.
He has two chainsaws.
chainsaws.
So that's, I believe chainsaws are triple damage, or is it double? It's
If
triple.
it's a 20, yeah. then
It's triple. Yeah.
Give me your d12s.
Actually, wait, I have it over here. That's right.
Yeah, it's on the palette.
Oh, is it a plasma one or a disintegrating?
Disintegrating.
Nice.
Woo!
That's it.
That's a 10. Okay, so what is that? 29 disintegrating damage?
Well, I don't think that guy will be there anymore.
What do you mean, guy?
I think
Yeah,
Boss
you
Bob
kill him
is here.
hard.
He wanted to meet you.
You kill him really, really hard. In fact, you kill him so hard, roll to hit the other guy.
Oh,
Cleave.
He's
10.
10.
if he's wearing armor, has a dex mod.
He ain't wearing armor and he is flat-footed. Roll damage.
Yay!
Ah! You don't kill him, but you definitely, like... He definitely falls over from shock.
Lightsaber chainsaw.
Crap, that worked.
And aggro was his main-mo.
So Boss wins initiative when it comes to it. Alright. So yeah, meanwhile, over by the shed,
Well, this guy's still alive. One of them, right?
he's unconscious. He's out of play.
Okay.
Cyndia finally interrupts you two. Mira, you're alive. Yeah, Cyndia, you brought help? You got my message? Yeah, I got the best help I could. these guys. You two, I assume, are still arguing.
I'm just continuously trying to cut his strings with my armor.
I'm just waiting for everybody to come into the chapel with the grenades at this point.
Yeah, how is the lawn doing fire-wise? Because the lawn was on fire over
Well, it's
there.
still on fire over here, but like basically the fire is still not really spread that far. They probably have watered it somewhat recently.
Okay, so I smelled a kerosene can or something like that inside of the thing. Can I go in and see how much kerosene or what kind of containers it's in?
Sure.
Flashlight.
That'd be a 12.
There are about 10, like, you know, things of kerosene in there.
There's 10 jerry cans in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
The smile on Joe's face is fantastic.
Here's what we're gonna do. You guys are all familiar with the concept of a bucket brigade, so I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna hand the jerry can to him, who will toss it to you, and you'll throw it onto the part of the lawn that's on fire.
And the church.
Well, yeah, like that's... We're just gonna kind of blow our way in through this wall here, I figure.
Yeah.
And we don't want to waste our bag of grenades on that. What we want to do is we want to blow our hole through here.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then fill the bag of grenades into the new...
Should we run while you guys do this?